Hello boys and girls, welcome to Mrs. Bandu's Math Movies. This is Lesson 8-2 for Course 2, Area of a Parallelogram. If you don't have a calculator with you, you might want to pause the video right now and grab one. Not that the numbers are super hard, but it will facilitate working a little bit faster. Our objectives in this lesson are to find the area and perimeter of a parallelogram. Okay, so the area of a parallelogram is equal to the product of any base, B, and the corresponding height, H. So the area of a parallelogram is base times height, B times H. Okay, in a parallelogram, and we'll write this in just a moment, the base can be any of the any one of a set of two parallel sides. Okay, the height is then going to be the length of a perpendicular segment that connects the base to the side opposite it. Okay, here the dotted line is drawn outside, which is perfectly acceptable. Here it's drawn on the inside. Okay, so again, to review, the height of a parallelogram is the length of a perpendicular segment connecting one base to the other. Okay? Remember, perpendicular means that they meet and form right angles. We learned that previously in this actually in chapter 7. Okay, here we have a parallelogram. The top and the bottom are generally considered the bases, and then the height again is a perpendicular segment that connects those two bases. Okay. So basically, what in kids speak, perhaps you don't care what the length of these slanted sides are for area. Now, for perimeter, you're going to need it, but for area, you don't really know. You don't really need to know. Okay, so let's look at an example here. Finding the area of a parallelogram. Find the area of the parallelogram. Remember, area is base times height, which is the formula. So I'm going to substitute 24 for the base. And on your paper, you can see that probably maybe not in the film, but the height is 9. And these are all in feet. So basically then you just have to take 24 times 9, and that gives you 216. So the area is 216 square feet. Again, I'm trying to figure out how many square units fit within the confines of this shape. Okay. Now, question number 2 is kind of involved, but I like it because it's a very practical application of something, why you might need to be able to do area and perimeter and how you can make some comparisons. Jacob wants to fence in a rectangular dog run in his backyard. He has 46 feet of fencing and wants the dog run to be as large as possible. Which dimension should he use? And you're given 4 choices here. Since all the answer choices give the length L and the width W, you can calculate both perimeter, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, and the area, length times width. In a rectangle, we'll often, instead of base and height, we'll often say length and width. Perfectly fine. However you want to think about it. Okay, so basically, we're going to look at A, B, C, and D and evaluate or find out what's the perimeter going to be, what's the area going to be. So the perimeter, and this is 2 times the length, so 2 times 9 plus 2 times 14. Okay, so I'm going to double check that I have this. So 2 times 9 is 18, and 2 times 14 is 28. and that gives me a perimeter of 46. So that's good. He could do that because he has 46 feet of fencing. Because the perimeter is correct, I'll go ahead now and figure out what would the area be. So that's going to be 9 times 14. 9 times 14 is 126 square feet. So that would be the area. Okay, so this is a possibility because the perimeter fits. Then we need to compare areas of things where the perimeter fits. Let's look at B. B has length of 10, width of 14, so 2 times 10 plus 2 times 14 is going to be, that's 20 plus 28, that's 48. Okay, the perimeter is greater than 46 feet, so that's not going to be one of our choices. We've eliminated that choice. Let's look at C. We have length of 11 feet and width of 12. So 2 times 11 is 22. 2 times 12 is 24. 24 plus 22 is 46. So that works because it's correct. Because the perimeter is correct, let's go ahead and check the area. So we have 11 times 12, which is 132 square feet. The perimeter is correct. The area in choice A is 126. So you're going to, right now, this is your best option. Now, because I didn't give you the boxes here in real life, well, actually, we see that this isn't going to work because this is going to be 24 plus 24, which is 48. So that's going to make our answer choice C. The rectangle with a length of 11 feet and a width of 12 feet will have the correct perimeter and the greatest area. So the correct answer choice is answer C. Okay, you have a couple of quick checks here, and bring in any questions or concerns.